we have our heart set on something really happening for us, and we find out for whatever reason, whether it's reasons we can't control, reasons outside our control, we can't really do it. And how you respond to that is everything. It's how you respond to everything, you know?
Yeah, you have to be adaptable.
Yes.
Welcome to the Femme Fit Entrepreneurs Podcast. We're your hosts, Aurelia Michael Holmgren and Britt Inez. Here we talk all things health, wealth, womanhood, and of course, ownership. So sit back or stand up straight on that treadmill and enjoy today's episode.
What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode that we are so excited to bring you of the Femme Fit Entrepreneurs with your two hosts, Britt Inez and
Aurelia Michael Holmgren.
And if you're a return visitor, welcome back. And if you're new to us, allow us to introduce ourselves in case you don't really know who we are. I'm Britt Inez. I am a body goal specialist and fitness coach. I also am a wellness athlete, content creator, and marketing maven.
And by label, I am a life coach, voiceover artist, and coach, performer, and associate choreographer. But by life, I'm a heart healer, people connector, hot cocoa on December 25th or January 1st. Why not? And I am so excited. We talk all things health, wealth, womanhood, of course, ownership, because we're about our business. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm going to get that in there early. And make sure you tell your bestie about us.
Yes, and you can follow us here. You can follow us on Instagram at Femme Fit Entrepreneurs. And then just make sure, like I released, that you share the wealth as we go along. So we got some really good stuff to share.
Today's going to be good.
Yes.
We're going to jump right. It's a simple mug today.
You got your mug ready? Okay, wait, I got my mug ready.
The tea's about to be real hot.
It's piping hot this week. So get y'all mug.
It really is. So for those that don't know, Britt and I got together this weekend. And for those that don't know, this is only our third time being in person together.
Dang,
we met a year ago.
Yes.
We met last January, almost to the date. Mm-hmm. And then I went and surprised her for her birthday. So we've only met in person 3 times. And we were knocking out content, kikiing. We hit the gym multiple times. And we checked all the boxes this week.
And then some.
First thing I was talking about, I was like, I killed it this weekend. Okay. So she is in prep, full-fledged. And there was a birthday party and, the little snacks they give you on the plane. There were just so many opportunities for me to go off plan and excuses. And I stuck to my plan 150%. My girl was holding me down. Bae was holding me down, keeping me accountable. And so I could not have done that without her. It's discipline on another level. And I think a lot of times people think I just do bodybuilding or we just do bodybuilding because we love the gym. And that is true that we do love the gym, but that's not the only reason. It's discipline on another level. It hasn't just changed my physique. It's changed my life. It's kind of like these days, life is so convenient. It's kind of like a diner menu. You want some eggs, you want some cake, you want a steak, whatever you want, you can have it. And so to have this discipline to say, I know I can have all these things. No one's stopping me. I'm a grown woman. But I'm just going to get that thing right there because I know that's what my excellence requires. That's discipline on another level. And that starts to show up other places. The more disciplined I got in my food and in my workouts, the more disciplined I got in choosing my relationships, platonic and non, in choosing career paths, because I knew exactly where I needed to be, who I needed to be, how I needed to show up. So for those that think that fitness journey is just about the gym and about the physical, it's really the change that happens on the inside. But let's talk about what happened this week. Dealing with this. So if y'all think y'all got some ideas, some tips, let a girl know. So I don't like to go to the gym with people generally. If somebody's in town or if it's Britt and I, even we went to the gym together and we went and did our own thing. But Bae loves going to the gym at the same time. And I love him, but we are pretty much together 24/7 because we both work from home. So I'm trying to figure out, and I had an attitude yesterday the Bronx was in the building, strong. The accent was out. And I really had to calm down and was like, okay, the worst thing about my relationship is my husband wants to spend time with me, even though we're not working out at the same time. So really trying to wrap my head around what is this prep going to look like for me? And for those that know, bodybuilding can be a very selfish sport. So what I'm in the process of figuring out this week is how we can create a balance. We don't have to go separate all the time, but your girl needs some me time where I just don't know anyone in the gym. No one's asking me how many exercises I have left. Nobody's asking me how I enjoy the gym. It's like, I'm here to get it in. So this week, I dealt with that as well as a lot of comparison. I've been following some pretty, boss B women, and it's good to be inspired by people. What I started to find was that I was imitating, especially people that don't look like me, don't act like me, don't live the same life as me. And so I really had to take a step back and remember my own dope, remember who I am, which I had to celebrate this morning. Like, don't forget who you is, shouty. We'll
Sure
talk about that.
did. Yeah.
Don't forget. You are the cake, baby. Everything else is the icing. And I think that happened to me this week. I started revamping websites and I started thinking about these freebies and these offers. And I was like, hold up. Wait, you need to chill. You need to remember what you're doing, where you're at. These people have a team of 20 people. Yeah, it's easy to do all those things, but you're a team right now of 2. So scale back and focus on the quality of what you're doing than the quantity. So that's what was going on with me this week.
Well, that's definitely enough. And then some. And I absolutely love what you said on how the discipline that we show in the aspect of our lives when it comes to fitness, competing, bodybuilding, fitness journey seeps into all these other areas. I think that's one of the things that a lot of people don't really realize when they get in it. And I hear that from my clients too. Like they'll come saying, oh, I just want to lose a little bit of weight, feel better, feel more confident. But then all these other aspects of your life start transforming. So the time that we're releasing this, it's early on in the year. If you have been feeling like, you know what, I want to get in the gym, I want to make that this year, do it, because you're going to be so surprised at who you become by the end of the year. So yes.
Absolutely. And know yourself. Like you may be the person that needs a partner at the gym. If that is you, if you don't know anyone, start going to the gym and seeing who's there, regularly, who seems kind of at the same stage that you're in. Like you may never know if that person exists if you don't get out there. But yeah, just getting started. I think that's the whole theme of this year is like, stop trying to get it right. Just get it started.
And wherever you are, it's okay. Because to that point, like there's so many friendly people in the gyms. Like I think a lot of people are intimidated to come up to people who seem like they live in the gym, right? But we're some of the most friendly people you ever come across because we've all been there,
Right.
So just don't be intimidated. Just know that we all started somewhere and it's all about our journey where we're going. So
absolutely. Yeah. How was your week?
Girl, my week. The week is weeking and it's the week is weeking. And the year is here. You're only what? At the time of this 10 days in, 10 days into it. So let me just start off with the good news. The good news is this is the lightest and tightest I have been since the holiday. So I want to go ahead on and give myself a huge pat on the back.
If you're watching this, it's a dancing moment.
Listen, because y'all got to know, I love to eat. I'm a foodie at heart. So I have had to work really hard over the course of my fitness journey, competing journey to, first of all, heal my relationship with food, because that's a whole other topic for a whole other day, I feel like. And then to second, still see ways that I can enjoy myself without falling off the wagon completely. Okay. So holidays came, enjoy. However, it's a little watery afterwards, rightfully so. Because I enjoy it, but I enjoy it guilt-free. So fast forward to where we are now, came back also from a trip, lightest, tightest since the holidays. And it's perfect timing because we are getting ready to jump on into prep. Like, yes, like very, very soon. Almost all show dates picked out. I was going to announce. And Target's over here laughing because she knows what just happened before we started this recording. But almost all show dates picked out for the year. And a lot of my focus has been setting up for success for the stage. And honestly, if I'm being 100% real with you, it started long even before this year started.
Right.
So I think a lot of times we look at goals that we have set and we just look at like the daily boxes you have to kind of check off, right? But I knew that kind of coming into this, there were things that I needed to start doing months ago in order to make sure that I was going to be successful when that time came around this coming year. So a few of those things for me have been to really, really focus on stretching and recovery. And that's something that we have both been on this journey to
Yeah.
want to become more flexible. It has truly been a journey. Okay. And really for that, for me, it started off with being like, okay, I want to be more flexible so I could be more flexible. Like I want to get back into my splits. I used to be a gymnast as a kid. I don't know if I've shared that with you or not.
You sure have it. Come on. Spill all
Yes.
the tea. Okay.
Yes. I was a gymnast. Like I was,
I didn't know you were a foodie either. I know you liked a good burger, but look,
oh,
this is what happens
yeah,
when you've only met in person 3 times and talk every day about 15 different
it,
topics.
it is. It truly is. But yeah, so when I was a kid, I was a gymnast. I was the one, doing the flips, all the things. You hear me? Like all the things. So what started off for me with being wanting to be more flexible, just kind of get back to, just being able to do my splits, doing other things, turned into, you know what? I want to have better hip mobility because I have better lifts when I have better hip mobility. I want to pose better. And I know when I have more back flexibility and hip flexibility, I can pose better. So it turned into all these other things in my life that I wanted to benefit from. And I can now see the benefit of me doing that and spending that time. And one of the biggest things I think for me that changed the game was just to really focus on small daily stuff instead of trying to do it like an hour here or 30 minutes there or 45 minutes there. Because I started out last year trying to do that, y'all. Like I was trying to do, I'm like, I'm going to check off my 45-minute stretch box every day. Ask me how long it was. I don't think we made it through. I don't think we made it through January last year doing
Mm-mm.
that. No, no.
Mm-mm.
So it really has been, okay, how do I bake that into my routine? And if you guys have other ways that you have baked it into your routine, let us know in the comments as you're listening to this too. But for me, it's been kind of getting up, starting off my day with that, and at least making sure I'm able to check off 5 minutes in the day. So that is
Right.
going to, yes, that is going to really help with everything this year and also on stage. And the other thing I have been focusing on with setting up for success is posing, because we all know we do all this work out of the gym to showcase it on stage for
Mm-hmm.
maybe 30 seconds, especially in the amateur ranks. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I knew I was just like, all right, this has to be better than before.
Yeah.
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 So one thing that I have started doing has just been to go back to doing my mandatories and working on posing conditioning post cardio. So every after we do our fasted, we were a little rushed when we were in Dallas, but our
Mm-hmm.
normal routine is after we do our fasted is to go ahead on and hit those. And then at least I know that box for the day is checked. If I have time to do more, great. So I think a lot of this is just understanding like what are the small little things that you can kind of do in the day.
Right.
Instead of looking at things you want to accomplish as having to like carve out all this time, right? And then you feel like defeated by the end of the week because you didn't get to it. So that's a
Exactly.
huge shift for me, just to kind of stay consistent with everything.
Well, let me go ahead and give you your virtual flowers
Thank
because,
you.
girl, when you told me when you were starting prep, I was like, oh, I'm jealous. She was like, but girl, listen, it's the work I put in before. And I was like,
Yeah.
that was inspiring for me because I've really been thinking the last few days, like, did I are my genetics as bad as I claim them to be sometimes, or was I just not as adherent to the plan 2 years ago as I could have been? And the fact that I can't say to myself, like, no, I killed it like 1,000% lets me know that I was not completely on it. Because I have been completely on it. I mean, the other night I was like, Britt, I really want a rice cake. But I know that rice cake not gonna do nothing for me except make me want to eat more. But like to be right now and now 9 days, up to 10 days of like a perfect prep, meaning everything in my power. Like when she told me when she would be starting and like the work she's put in to be able to do that, that made me realize like, okay, the more I stay on the plan, the easier this prep will be. The more I go off the plan and kind of do my own thing and, oh, my coach will know. Oh, he'll know. He'll see that she like, or even if I change the numbers, the videos don't lie. the pictures don't lie. So I want to give you your flowers, especially as you're navigating, figuring out shows. And we're talking about like, we were on the Stairmasters talking about nationals and getting prepped and all those things happening. And I'm excited for you, especially in the flexibility realm, because you've been killing it. Y'all type in Andrew Jack splits, and that's finna to be Brit.
I'm gonna give him a run for his money. I'm calling it.
It's gonna be a battle.
Ready.
It's gonna be a battle we're trying to go to the Olympia this year. So
trying to get this big purse.
We want to see, right? We're trying to get this big purse.
Yes. Yeah. 100%. And I think speaking of flexibility, I think another thing for me this week is just to be flexible with stuff you can't control. So I just
Say that one more time for the people at the front. They didn't hear that.
Y'all need to be flexible with things beyond your control. Okay. Because I think we all can be a little type A and just be focused and fixated on what we want to do. So as Abe was saying, we have our national picked out, right? However, I have to requalify because I lost my eligibility, took over a year off, all that. So I thought up until about like an hour or so ago, I was gonna be doing a qualifier for right around June-ish timeframe. And I totally missed the dates in my personal life with prep life, and that weekend is just not gonna work. Okay. So I am now working on finding another qualifier that I can do this year. And when I first realized that, and it was all my fault too, right? Like owning the fact that I didn't like clear my schedule, double check, triple check all the things, right? But I'm looking at it as this idea of everything happens for a reason. And even if you have in your mind, like, okay, this is exactly how this is gonna go. This is the only way that it can gonna go for me to be successful, is being able to be open to the fact that there's so many other ways that you can accomplish what you want, as long as you're open to receiving that and being open about how that can look for you.
Right.
So I think as we practice flexibility with our bodies, right, we also have to be flexible with our approach that we take towards the things and towards achieving certain things, because if not, it can really cause you. And your girl I had to have a little moment before we
I know.
started.
I'm literally on the Stairmaster, texting her down, calling, leaving a voice video like a stalker. I'm like, I just want to make sure we good.
Yeah, and we were good. My phone was on silent, by the way. I was in a whole other room. I was like, I just need to go sit, meditate a little bit, and just kind of take a minute, take a step back. But I think that happens a lot to us, right? As we go through our lives, like we find that we have our heart set on something really happening for us, and we find out for whatever reason, whether it's reasons we can't control, reasons outside our control, we can't really do it. And how you respond to that is everything. It's how you respond to everything,
Yeah, you have to be adaptable.
Yes. So I think a big thing for that has also been like my mindful practice, because your girl has been doing stretching and meditating, kind of same session in the morning. So, it's just been a lot of good stuff. And I think the focus on the internal has been really what set me up with where we are now with everything.
1,000%. That makes me think of when I was in prep. What I do remember is we started the week after my honeymoon, and about 2 months in, my body just stopped responding. I was away doing a show. My feet were aching. It was just a new environment. And it got to the point where my brain started getting fuzzy, and I fell off a scooter and scraped. I don't know if I told you this story.
Scraped I remember you thought, yeah.
Scraped my good leggings. They were my good leggings.
The good ones.
Knees all exposed. And we said we keep it a buck here, right? Y'all, I peed in the bed. And I didn't even wake up. I just woke up in the morning like, dang, sweaty in here. And that's when we had to take a step completely back. And we took almost a month and some change off until I finished my show to jump back in. I easily could have just went off the rails and been like, well, F this, like it's too late now, it's over. I know what I looked like last year. And your first season for everybody, you don't be looking that in it. You be looking like your first year a lot of times. So I just look back now and I'm like, man, I would have never knew that body existed. I didn't know I could have a six pack. No one in my family has a six pack. I never seen anyone with a six. So I didn't know my genetics even allowed that. So it's so important to be adaptable. And, my name starts with an A. So if you are not watching this, you're missing out, because the cutest thing that I have ever seen next to her nephew.
Mobley's entered the chat.
Mobley has entered the chat, ladies and gentlemen, and is
Yeah.
so look at my baby boy. Okay, I guess I tried. But yeah, being adaptable, flexible, all those words, it's not just about the physical, it's that mental, it's about being able to pivot
Yep.
because that's going to happen. So,
Yes.
Guilted, I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Boo. You too.
Mhm.
So let's talk about these guilty pleasures because I know we are both surrounded by them this past weekend. With all the sweets and the treats. So how about we dig into some of the stuff that we can indulge in and enjoy?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So for me, like I know I kind of shared with y'all, I haven't really been feeling, donuts a whole lot lately. So I have been indulging more into just different audiobooks, just different shows. And one of the things that kept coming up on my Netflix list was You Are What You Eat. And have you seen this or seen it?
No, I've not. That's
Oh,
not the one with the twins, right?
it
That's
is the
something.
one with the twins. Yes.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched it yet. It's on my
Oh,
watch.
it's so good. Okay, you guys got to watch it. So, I'm a big I love docuseries. I like documentaries, and what I loved about this is it basically follow. I'm not going to give you the spoilers, but it follows two twins, and they put them on two different diets. Right. So one is on a vegan diet, the other is on an omnivore diet, and they do this experiment over the course of. Did they do it for 8 weeks, 12 weeks? I forget how many weeks what the duration was. And at the end of it, they wanted to see what was their change, like with their body composition. Did one lose more fat? Did one gain more muscle? How was their sexual health too? Like all these factors that they looked at. So I don't want to give any spoilers in
Yeah,
case y'all
don't
want to watch
spoil
it.
it. I'm gonna start watching it today.
Yes, but it is so good and it's so eye-opening because I think a lot of times both diets, right, get a bad reputation among people who don't subscribe to them, right? Because people feel very strongly about what they
Mhm.
put in their bodies and in
Like
their minds.
like an iPhone and an Android.
And
Child.
listen, them green bubbles, though,
Don't come in here messing up my group chat.
don't do that. I will call you out. I will call you out if you got some green bubbles in my chat. But if
Y'all
you're
gonna be
vegan,
like,
I'm not complaining.
is your Wi-Fi off? What's happening? This says
You're in
send us.
airplane mode, something happened, right?
Okay.
Yes, but this show has been so good, and I really enjoy. I finished it, so I really enjoyed it. I don't want to give away in case someone's going to watch it, but if you're looking for a docuseries to watch on Netflix, highly would recommend that one too. And it's even something that I think you can enjoy, even if you are of either lifestyle. So I think sometimes, like, right, they do docuseries and they're kind of biased toward
Yep.
one kind of perspective, and you can kind of tell they almost have like an agenda, right? When you're
Who's
watching
the
it, you're kind of
sponsor? You can tell
exactly
who's
like
the sponsor.
facts. With this, it was purely not. It was so objective. So that's what I really enjoyed. So now I gotta find something else to watch on my watch list. But
Well,
that
you could start Project Runway from the beginning. We watched that all weekend, y'all.
we did. It was so good. It was okay. You know
Good.
what? That's right. I can definitely start that one. So I think that'll probably be next.
Yes. And if y'all watch either of these, like let us know in the comments your
Mhm.
thoughts on it. I was vegan for 3 years. Then I went pescatarian. And then once
I
we
didn't know
started,
that.
I was like, oh nah. Yeah, it used to
How did
be
I
a
not know you were you were wait a minute. You were vegan for how long?
3 years.
Oh,
I
you
was
were in it. Now, wait a minute. Okay, so I got so many other questions. See, this is how our chats happen. It'll start with one thing, and then we get into this whole other thing. So when you were vegan, like, did you go all in? Like, you didn't wear leather, you didn't wear suede. Like, were you
Oh
fully?
no, I wasn't one of them. No,
Okay.
no offense to
It's
anybody who goes
levels.
that
It's
hard.
levels. That's
There's
what I'm
levels.
asking.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would say I was in the starter kit. Like
Okay.
just strictly when it
Just the
came to
food.
food.
Got
Right.
it.
hmm
What was that
Um,
experience like?
uh, I think I should have had some type of nutritionist or a coach because I didn't know at the time that my genetics were to hold on to fat. And, with a lot of vegan foods, substitution foods, they hold a lot of fat and you have to, the tofu and the seitan and all of that. And so I was doing the same amount of workout days and cardio, and I was not getting any results. And it was just mostly because my body just did not respond well in terms of aesthetics. My body felt fine. Also, the beans started to not sit so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I said in the first episode, me and Brussels sprouts. I still haven't thrown them out, but I haven't eaten them either. So, I'll do that today. But the beans was a lot, but it was good. I I didn't jump too deep into like vegan community, because like you said, it's like levels to it and opinions. But I did have my old mentor, dance mentor, is a chef, and she had created a plan for me. So I would say what I loved most is that was the most creative cooking I've ever done. Right now, it's better now, but in this last year, it was just bare bones, cook it. Oh yeah, throw some seasoning at the end, like no real intention. But then full on recipes, grocery store, doing all the bits. And then I moved into being pescatarian, but I literally started to feel like I was living in a fish tank. Like I just felt so fishy. It just was not. So then once we started bodybuilding, I was like, I know I will not be able to get the results I want with this for me personally, my body. So
Yeah.
we eat the meats now.
Same. That's interesting. I think not everyone, I think a lot of people have dabbled with the whole vegan lifestyle. I did it for maybe a month back in like 2010, but I did it the wrong way. Like, think of the wrong way you could do vegan. And I think it was more vegetarian. And I did that. Like, it was all like getting the Morning Star stuff, like I don't even think they had Impossible back then. Like, I don't
Oh
think
yeah, it wasn't as popular
they
then.
didn't, yeah, they didn't have a lot of that stuff. And it was, oh, okay, well, I can go eat these cheese sticks over here. And like, it was just not the move, not the
Oh,
move at
it's
all.
vegan. It's vegan.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right,
Don't
right.
confuse vegan with like, oh, it don't have a lot of carbs or fats or protein. Like,
Honey. And it was after it was after I had done my last show and I was like figuring out what I wanted to do next. So I was just like, oh, I'm done competing. I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna figure out my life. And girl, I was rebounding. It was just, I was throwing everything against the walls, trying to see what stuck. And that did not stick for me.
you
So
said it was a time.
it
It
was
was
a
a
time.
time in my
It was a
life.
moment. It was a moment. And then and then it
I
passed.
love it. Well, my guilty pleasure this week, I'm very proud of me, inspired by you, of course, is I purchased Headspace again.
Yeah.
So, for the folks that don't know about Headspace, it is an incredible app that really helps shape your meditation practice, especially for people who have a hard time focusing or concentrating or don't want to do like the 30-minute woo-woo guide. Like it it meets you where you're at. You can do 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's completely up to you. Every day you can change it. They also have a podcast now. So they bring in some of the meditation instructors and ask them questions. They do Q&A with them. Speaking of, if you got some questions, go ahead and throw them in the comments. See how I did that there? And so every morning now I do my morning movement meditation, my triple M's with my girl Cassandra, that's Kass, Cassandra, on YouTube, my old faithful. She don't know me, but she know me. Tell her I sent you. But she does these 30-day morning stretches for 15 minutes and evening stretches for 10 minutes. And right after that, I go right into the meditation. That's what I started because I bought a new iPad for voiceover. And I was like, I need to do something more with this than voiceover. So now I use that as my meditation yoga iPad. And it's just been really great this week. I think meditation is like insurance. It doesn't seem necessary until it is, until you're in a wreck. And then you're like, oh crap, it's too late. Now what do I do? So I think meditation is more of a proactive thing. And a lot of people think it's about shutting off your brain, and it's not about that at all. Like, even within the recordings, they're like, let the brain do what it wants to do right now. And then imagine the thoughts like a balloon. It passes by and it heads on up. It's not telling you not to think about things or to try to shut off your brain, because that'll only make you think about it more. So they have a 40% off sale at the moment. So I took advantage. And I'm really excited because it's a routine is everything to me. And a lot of people may think, oh, that makes life so rigid. But I find the more routine I have, the more freedom I have, especially starting my morning off of my phone, starting my morning just refreshed, just ready to go, and not focusing on work first.
I
So,
love it.
yeah.
I love it. Love it. I'm proud of you, Bill. So I'm gonna give you some flowers back.
Thank you. Ooh,
Yes,
those are
for being
pretty.
mindful. Yes, for being mindful. And I think that's something that I know when I started meditating, like you said, you don't see the benefit until you find yourself in a moment and you're like, oh, That's why you couldn't call me. That's why I wasn't answering the phone when you were texting me earlier this morning. Let me go sit on this mat real quick and
Yes.
take a little beat and everything. So yes, I'm so proud of you.
Yes, girl. I was about to show up at the house. Like, hold on, we have to do this podcast together. I was like, I'll just keep putting on my makeup. Make sure we recording today. Okay, so let's talk about why nobody tell me.
Ooh, okay.
What I wish someone would have told me, what I wish I would have done differently. It's okay to get help. I got a new assistant this week. Hey, Taylor girl. And we had a little rocky start this week, but that's okay. You know, I got some things I need to work on as a boss. And one of them is grace and patience. This voice on demand is my baby, right? She's 3 years old now. She's grown, you know, we've established some things. So when the babysitter comes in, you know, they got to learn the ropes. So I can't expect someone to be in my brain and know where everything is and understand how it goes. But this week was really helpful because every time she was confused on something, to me, I was like, okay, ownership, like you said earlier, it's not just about owning a business. It's taking responsibility. Is like, maybe that she's confused on this because it's not clear. How can I make this clearer so that if one day she decides to fly, we get another assistant, it's even clearer than it was before. So we were even like, okay, we need to move everything to the Google Docs, regardless of any other places it is, so that we always know to go there. So this week, I'm really challenging people to ask for help, even when you don't need it. Like, hey, babe, can you pass me that pen right there? You know, just get in the habit of asking for help when you don't need it, so that when you do, you don't feel like, I don't want to seem like I'm needy or any of that, especially the strong friends out there, the strong besties. Yes. You keep pouring into others so much that they sometimes subconsciously think they have nothing to offer you. So this week, I wish somebody would have told me earlier last year, like, go ahead and get some official help.
Well, I'm proud of you for doing that because I know how much that takes.
I just saw your notes and I'm crying.
You just saw my note?
Your note that what you wish somebody told you.
We sorry, y'all. So she can see my next.
I kind of want that picture in the middle, like
we might have to put it on here.
Podcast.
I really think we have to find it, and well, you have to send it to me.
We're gonna have to put it. Okay, go ahead. I don't want to spoil it. Go ahead.
No, you weren't spoiling it. I was giving you a pause to ask for help because that's something that, yes, I know it's easy to not want to delegate and just to own everything. But listen, there's so much beauty in just releasing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Your video is, what's she doing? Dallas internet, don't play.
You're coming through fine on my end.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, y'all. So mine. I want anybody to tell me. So listen, I feel like a lot of our listeners are travelers just like us, and y'all might be going to different Airbnbs, hotels, but I just got a PSA for y'all. If you go to an Airbnb, please make sure you check the chairs in the Airbnb, because listen, your good sis fell through a chair this weekend. Okay, so here we are sitting here. Let me paint this picture for you. So we're sitting here. And Target is laughing. She's rolling. So we're sitting here at the table. I think we're about to eat a meal. We had just gotten in. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just going to sit here at this table. And I normally sit with my legs folded or something like that. And this chair, you know, it looked like a wooden chair, little cushion on it. It was very, a little rickety. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to sit in this chair. I went to slide into this chair, right? Well, the cushion slid off of the chair as I was like sitting into the chair. Next thing I know, my booty is on the ground. My legs are in the air. I'm literally in this chair like a bucket.
She is in a full-on pretzel at this point. 5
legs
minutes
in the air, bum on the ground. And I'm just sitting here like, what just happened? What just happened? So listen, y'all, PSA, check your chairs at the Airbnbs, especially if you get the sense that it was, you know, it's been a little dated, because I think that Airbnb wasn't updated since.
Yeah, in general, check your Airbnbs. Yeah. We knew what we were signing up for when we saw the price range.
We did.
But I thought for a second that she was joking and like being dramatic, but no, she just kept falling.
Nah, friend. It was a whole long thing. We need to find this picture. If I think we'll end up putting it like somewhere here
We got to put it because
so y'all can see. Yes, yes.
only your best friend would help you out after they take a photo because we
And
had to.
laugh. And laugh. I'm sitting here like on the chair and she just having her good little kiki. So you know that's a good
I
friend when they laughing at you before they start helping you.
And then I was like, "Are you okay?" But you know what? Because you have been working on your flexibility,
That
those
part.
hip flexors were ready. Okay.
Listen,
Your thighs were on them boobies, okay? You were folded and you were
pretzel.
fabulous. But yeah, in general, Airbnbs, check those reviews because I
Yeah.
had a situation when my husband decided to compete. Oh, can we throw that as a topic when your significant
Ooh,
others competing?
that's
Lord,
a whole other thing. Lord. Actually, yes, we should go as a topic and let us know in the comments if you are in on that topic coming up here soon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, and we stayed at a place, it was like $30 for the night or $50 for the night. I had to escape. We had to escape in the middle of the night like refugees, and we ended up paying for the hotel at the full price anyway, because we did not check those reviews. Okay, we couldn't put toilet paper in the toilet. I said, what? Not this bucket. Mm-mm.
Remember that.
Anyway, I wanted to add to that. Just go ahead and check out Airbnbs in
Yeah.
advance.
Yes, yes. So we all need to give y'all some little tidbits to walk away with so that you can continue to thrive and flourish and shine. So you want to start with yours for the week? Or the challenge for the week?
Yes, my balance. So this week I've been listening to this podcast entitled The Called. I don't want to say called the called because then you'd be confused. Entitled The Called with Touré Roberts. Touré Roberts is a pastor. He's under the Potter's House, and he's also a businessman, entrepreneur, owns real estate, record labels, etc. And he has this really dope podcast, The Called. And this week and the last week were all about vision. And I think at the top of the year, that's like one of the most common buzzwords. And he was just talking about writing down the visions, making it plain, putting action to it, staying in alignment with it, being okay with saying no to things, even if the deal sounds good. My mom always say a bargain ain't a bargain if you don't need it. And so I've been challenging clients this week, that one of my clients was asking me, actually, it was my mentee. She's like, should I do 16 credits or 20 credits? And I was like, what is your vision? If your vision, I think she mentioned something about her vision was to like take a lesser load so she can X, Y, and Z. Well, if that is your vision, then the 16 weeks is in alignment with what you want to do. So sometimes we have these beautiful visions, but the things we're doing on a day-to-day basis are not aligning with that. So before you start setting all your goals and making all your plans, how do you see yourself in the next 3 years, the next 5 years, short-term goals, long-term goals? And then write them down, print them out, say them out loud, because then when you go to when you have opportunities, you can decide whether or not you want to do them. So for instance, when I went forward, not back to New York to live with my parents to pursue Broadway, the things I didn't do was take hip hop class or teach hip hop class or hang out in the same circles I did, because that was not in alignment with my vision. I envisioned my Broadway bow and there was nothing getting in the way. Okay. So, and that did happen, Donna Summer musical, for those that don't know me from my past lives. But yeah, so this week, jot down 5 to 10 visions that you have, tangible and non. So tangible can be like, I own a 6-figure business in 3 years. And non-tangible is like, I am well respected and honored in my career field. I honor what I have. I honor my crown and my self-care. And I wear very nice clothing without being like a label whore. If you know, you know, hashtag. So that is my challenge / way for you to balance this week. Check out that podcast. I'll drop it in the show notes as well. This is season 2, so you have a chance to listen to the first season as well.
Love it, love it. And my challenge for y'all is and I wish I could take this off the wall, but I can't. I have this dry erase board right here that I look at every morning. And it basically is my list of things that I know I need to do daily to pour into myself. And I feel like a lot of us tend to have so many things on our list of to-dos, right? For families, relationships, personal stuff, fitness stuff, business stuff, all the things in the hats that we wear, where the first thing that we let fall by the wayside is our self-care. So my challenge to you is to come up with what is going to be that self-care checklist that you want to commit to this year. And even if you're only able to check off 2 of 5 things or 3 of 5 things each day, I promise you it's going to be a cumulative effect. And you're going to look up and be able to feel so much more in control, and like you have a sense of controlling your day instead of the day controlling you, which I feel like is a big challenge that a lot of us have. We wear so many different hats when we're business owners, and we're wearing all the things that, our life puts on us in these different areas of our lives. So
Absolutely. Like I was like, okay, I did all these things today. I could go wash my face.
facts. Yes. I mean, whatever it may be, right?
Especially with a full beat. I could go get a makeup wipe. I could at least do that.
Do that. Don't have to take long either, so just kind of being able to like shift the view that we look at things, instead of it being this all or nothing, or I have to spend, like we talked about with stretching earlier today, oh, I got to spend 30, 45 minutes, otherwise it doesn't count. No, even if it's just 2 to 3 minutes, guess what? That's still better than none. And you're going to look up and be so much better for it by the end of the week or the end of the month or the end of the year.
Right. So, nothing is ever wasted. It's always stored.
Facts. 100.
Oh, this is awesome. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe.
Yes. Share this out. Yes. And we will see you guys all in the next episode.